Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Joe's Taverna. It's been a while since I've done one, so here we go. Well, today we're going to make a beef carpaccio. I love these when you go to an Italian restaurant. When we were in Scotland, we went to a particular restaurant and they had one which I really liked, and I sort of guessed what the ingredients might be, but and I spoke to one of the chefs there, and they told me some of the ingredients. I don't know if they told me everything, but we're going to put one together and let's see how it goes. So first of all, here's the beef thigh fillet that we're going to use. It's about 200 grams, a bit over, doesn't matter. I've got some porcini mushrooms, which are dried mushrooms, and I turned it into powder because I couldn't find it in the powder form, so I turned it into powder myself. There's some spring onions, some corn flour, which I've seasoned with salt and pepper. I've got here mushroom sauce that I made, or mushroom ketchup, but I made that because I couldn't find it anywhere on the shelf, so I've made one. I found a recipe on the web and I made it myself. So a bit of salt and pepper. We're going to garnish it once it's finished. So we're going to garnish it with mushrooms, which I'm going to prepare, some rocket and some parmesan. So now we'll start with the rub. So we're going to get our porcini mushroom. I'm going to add the pepper in it. And I'm going to add the salt. And I'll mix that around. That's going to be our rub for the beef. It smells good actually. So I'm going to pour some of that here. Pour all of it actually. I'll grab the beef fillet and I'm going to roll it. Okay, make sure you coat it pretty good. And we're going to sear the beef fillet on all sides and put it in the freezer for an hour or two. Why we put it in the freezer is it allows us later to slice it a lot easier. So that's hot there now. We'll go straight to the pan. And it's got to be dry, the pan, not well. We'll just sear it on all sides. And by searing it, what it's actually doing is actually sealing the dry mushroom onto the meat. Okay, so I've finished searing it. So I'm just going to put it aside and let it cool, so that we can wrap it in plastic and put it in the freezer for an hour or two. Right, while we're letting the beef cool down, why don't we start on the mushroom garnish that we're going to use. So we'll cut these into quarters. Put them all back in that bowl again. So what we'll do now, we'll prepare the liquid. So we'll grab the vinegar, which is apple cider vinegar. There's about 60 mils of apple cider vinegar. I'll pour it in here. About 20 mils of dark soy. About 20 mils of water. Put our sugar and star anise in there. So this is dark brown sugar. And we'll put our ginger in there too. There's about 30 grams of ginger in here. So I'm going to put that on the heat and bring it to the boil. Give it a bit of a stir. I'm going to take it off the heat now. What we're going to do is pour this over the mushrooms and let the mushrooms soak in all this goodness. Right, what we can do now though is we'll grab our spring onions and we'll coat them in our flour, the corn flour. I won't do that just yet. I'll put that over here for now. And I think the beef's cooled down. Yeah, that's cooled down enough. Pop it in the freezer. Let's fry these spring onions. So come over here. We'll get some heat on now to the pan. This is just vegetable oil. Just pour enough oil in there just to be able to fry the onion. So as soon as that oil gets hot, we want it to be hot because we want to crisp the onion rings. Okay, so pretty much happy with these. Just get some of the oil out of them. The onions they're going to use to garnish later on. So while we're waiting for everything to happen, this is the mushroom ketchup that I made myself, or mushroom sauce, whatever you want to call it. I couldn't find some in at the shop, so I made my own. So I'm just going to add some olive oil to this and whisk it. By the way, this mushroom ketchup or mushroom sauce, great on sandwiches. So I made a big batch, which I got in the fridge, and I'll be making a prosciutto roll tomorrow for lunch, and I reckon I'll be putting some of this mushroom on there. Okay, so it's done now too. I can put this aside. That's going to be part of the dressing. Alright guys, so the carpaccio beef, I've got it, pulled it out of the fridge. It's been sitting a little bit on the side. So I'm just going to remove the plastic. We're going to slice it now. I'll put it on my slicer. We want to get some nice thin slices out of it. So So next guys, we're going to put some of this mushroom ketchup that I prepared earlier. I made my own because I couldn't find any. I'm going to try and spread this as much as you can over the beef. Then we'll put the mushroom pieces that we marinated earlier. Just evenly spread them around. Add the now we'll add the crispy onion. And finally, the rocket. We'll put some shaved parmesan on it. And there you have it. All right guys, there's the carpaccio. Looks lovely, doesn't it? That's our entree for tonight. So I've got it all ready. I'm going to put it on the table.